Hey, what up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're gonna jump on a Coyote. We're gonna change a control arm so we can move the car around so we're not stuck with being on a dolly. I got a control arm of a 2007 Mustang. I know it's a little bit different. The only difference is gonna be a ball joint. I believe this is like 1 millimeter thinner than what's on there, but I do not care because I just want to have this for right now so I can move the car left and right and get it going in and out the garage, because I do have to figure out what we're gonna do and what's the best plan to start disassembling this car and doing the build up. But in the meantime, we're gonna raise the car up and we're gonna change this control arm and hopefully maybe take out this fender and throw it away and maybe clean up some of this broken parts off the car. So let's get that thing rolling and maybe show you a little bit more damage on the bottom of it. All right, got the fender off, got the side skirt off, got the front bumper, header panel, and a few other things that come off. And now you can see the damage more clearly. Actually, it was hit in the front as well. You can see the front radiator support is pushed in, and also here is the major damage. As you can see, missed all the wires here, so this is kind of good. All right, so next step is we're gonna take off the wheel and get the rest of these things off. All right. All right, the control arm from the GT has been taken off, which is going to be this bad boy right here, and this is the V6. There's a slight difference in weight. This one is solid as well and it's heavy, and this one is super light. And also what the difference is going to be this ball joint, but we're not planning to drive the car on this. This is just for mock-up purposes, so we're going to install this control arm in time being till we get a good one. And let me just measure this. So this one's 17.9 and this one here is 18.9, so it's like a millimeter smaller, but hopefully that was gonna work for us so we can move this car around. All right, here are the damaged parts. The strut tower seen better days. Almost you can spell out a J out of it. And also the spindle might be broken as well, or might be twisted, because this took a lot of damage, so I'm pretty sure that's messed up as well. And down here, this is where it's all gonna go back together. I'm hoping that the engine subframe is straight, and by the looks of it, it could be, but might have to change that later as well. But right now we're just gonna get all the parts and put on this car, and so that we can do the mock-up on the old car. Might get this door off too. Our internet, we got our brand new strut, and we also got a strut mount that we're gonna install on the car. And you might be asking yourself, why are we installing new parts on old car? Well, the whole reason is to make sure that the wheel is centered where it's supposed to be, because we're gonna have to do a lot of measurements in order to move the suspension, subframe, and everything else to the old car. So let's install a spring on it, and we're gonna do it with using a 1/2 ton press or 12-ton press. So you'll see us use this next. All right, this is how we're doing this. I know it looks sketchy, but it doesn't take much of a pressure to get the screw on, which is like there. So literally it's on already. So we're just gonna take it off, bolt it up, and bolt it to the car. I'm not gonna show you this process because I just want to get it done. With the door being off, now you can see actual damage, how much the A-pillar got pushed in. We also assembled the front suspension, so that's going to give us geometry of where the wheels are sitting to everything else. This one is straight, however when you come to this one over here, it's kicked out. And so what we learned is that the spindle is messed up with a lot of measurements off the camera. Also the engine cradle itself is messed up too, and I couldn't measure it if I didn't have a control arm and everything assembled, because you want to have the weight down on the car. Also, that actually kind of works out in my favor, engine cradle being messed up, so now I get to go pick up a new one, actually use one off a junkyard. And also engine cradles, I looked them up on eBay, are like $2.99, and brand new ones from a Ford are $175, and the used ones from 2007-8 are $50 at the junkyard. Also, these engine cradles are pretty much the same from 2005 to 2014, so they'll fit. However, the control arm is different, and we already knew that that ball joint is like 1 millimeter smaller in the diameter, so the spindle has a lot of free play. In my defense, I could get a spindle from a 2005 and make it a roller, or I could invest money. Since I already have a 2005 to 2010 control arm, what I could do is I could get a 2005 to 2010 spindle, which is gonna work with a ball joint being 1 millimeter thinner, but in the long run, I do not want to run a smaller or thinner control arm on a future build. And also with me saying that I'm gonna get an engine cradle that works in my favor is because I do not have to disassemble this car. I can start building the black car with the engine cradle off a car, so that way I can mock up everything, get the suspension done, then start disassembling the engine and moving it like once out of this car to the black car. So I'm thinking I'm definitely gonna go to junkyard and pick up an engine cradle, a spindle, and I also want to get a radiator. This one is busted, however GT track pack radiators are actually I think 1/4 inch thicker than the ones that come on a V6, but I just want to get one so where I can fill the system up and have the car sitting with a full of coolant versus being dry, because I do not want things to dry out or rot out from the inside. So yeah, here is the car. Definitely it's going to be a big build out. I do love this dashboard. I do love the whole setup. I do love these seats, the Recaros. Probably going to put them in a Mach or whatever that clone is. With that being said, I really appreciate you guys for watching my videos and hitting the like button, subscribe button, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you so much.